Should you wait for that big sales contract before selling? MergersCorp, the leader in business sales mergers and acquisitions. At MergersCorp M&A International, we help our clients confidentially buy and sell privately held businesses, align the interests of all parties for mutual success and satisfaction. It is our goal to make the process of either buying a new business or selling your current business as smooth and efficient as possible. We know how important confidentiality is to our sellers, and we treat it with the utmost importance. Should you wait for that big sales contract before selling? If you're planning to sell, but are expecting a big contract, which you believe will substantially increase the worth of your company, should you wait? It may seem like the sensible thing to do, but you need to look at all the possible outcomes and other factors that may come into play before making that decision. To get a better idea of the right decision, it is worth looking at this contract from the viewpoint of both the acquirer and you, as the seller of the business. What questions would or should you be asking? So, firstly, from the viewpoint of the acquirer, when the company they're acquiring has just received a big contract, how much do they want this contract? And is it going to lose its value? When the company they're acquiring is likely to receive a big contract, how much is that contract worth? What percentage of the company's revenue would the contract provide? And would it inhibit other parts of the company's business? Will the contract provide ongoing business? What risk is there if the contract falls through or goes wrong? Has the company got all the resources to keep its side of the contract? Is there more potential that can be gained from the contract? And secondly, from the viewpoint of the seller, how long will the contract take to materialize? Does the seller have time to wait that long? What would be the effect if the contract falls through or gets delayed? Would this have an adverse effect on the company? Is there a possibility of a bigger contract after this one? How has the company grown in the past? Given that the selling process usually takes about a year, if selling is left until after the contract has been clinched, will it still have the same value further down the line? What is the competition like, and how might it change over the next year? Also, what is the market like? Are there changes happening there? Perhaps most importantly, following on from these last two questions is to take into consideration if there needs to be more investment and energy put in business in order to grow. A key question then needs to be asked about whether the seller has the time and energy to avoid devaluation in the business whilst holding off a sale. The flip side of this is to consider if an acquirer may be in a better position to run the business over this coming time period, and therefore the business would be of more value to them now than it would be in the future. Maybe the key consideration that affects the final decision about the right time to sell is the reason behind the desire to sell the business. If the owner has not got the enthusiasm, stamina, or energy to keep the business running at its optimum, then it is better to sell sooner rather than later. If there are health reasons, other lines of businesses, or personal matters that are taking up too much time, then it's better to sell sooner rather than later. If the business look like it has more potential now than it will possibly have after the contract is over, then it's better to sell sooner than later. If an acquiral is likely with renewed enthusiasm and the right skills or strategic fit to help the business grow better than the current management, then it is better to sell sooner than later. Does the company need the backing of a larger business to get to the next level? Then it's time to start that sales process. With professional advisors in business mergers and acquisitions, it's possible to find the acquirals who are looking to invest in the future, and with expert help you can continue concentrating on running the business while they do the negotiating. It may be that you need to be willing to make a deal with earn-out, and it may be when the business is sold to the right buyer that the payout actually ends up being worth more to the seller than they would have made in holding out. In summary, when it comes to selling a business with a large contract in the offing, it can still be a good time to sell. It can often not be beneficial to wait for the contract to be completed. Consideration needs to be given to the reason for the sale, and if an acquiral is likely to help the business to grow better than the current owner, maybe due to circumstances, skill sets, backing, or other reasons. Mergers and acquisitions advisors are helpful in finding the right acquirals who want to invest in the future and can deal with the negotiation. Looking to buy or sell a business? Contact us now for a free business valuation.